Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we'll have a look at the latest GFS, GM, ECMWF, GFS ensembles. We'll have a look at the live radar as well, as we do have a few showers still around. Do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you do like and subscribe, and do remember to follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description. So we've had a very wet few sort of last 7 days across the south. We've seen a lot of rain, we're getting thunderstorms. We saw quite an intense convergence zone across some coastal areas across southern England yesterday, where we saw about an inch or two of rainfall. But it's looking like the thunderstorm threat and the general shower threat is going to start to dissipate over the next couple of days, for it does look like it potentially could be picking up again, more widely though. But at the moment we do have high pressure over to the north and to the west, and there's this little pesky low down to the south and southeast, which has been dragging in the showers and been fueling thunderstorms that we've been tracking across southern England, provided a lot of rain, many bands of rain moving up. Tonight, though, that low will eventually clear off, sort of eastwards into the North Sea, to parts of Netherlands, Belgium. It's still going to have some cloud with it, affecting many eastern parts as the wind veers into a northeasterly direction. So potentially tomorrow morning, many areas in the east, even further northwards as well, could have quite a misty, murky morning, potentially with some drizzle as well, and just have to keep an eye on that. There could be some light rain and drizzle within that, but nothing too heavy. But if you do unfortunately get that rain and drizzle and the clouds don't break, it could be a little bit miserable in some spots. However, further westwards, it does look like it will clear up throughout the day as higher pressure starts to build in for Thursday, Friday into Saturday as well, looking generally quite dry for most of the country, for low pressure rattles in off the Atlantic. Now, the low pressure is not going to move through quickly, but it's going to come in off the Atlantic, and it's going to be spiraling showers in from the west. Best part's probably going to be south and east, so the areas that have seen a lot of rain at the moment. Further westwards and northwards, probably more showers. The low does start to spin up as we head to early next week, so Monday, Tuesday, sort of 4th, 5th of July. Could spin up and could give some quite heavy rain. It really doesn't move too much, sort of getting blocked in by this blocking area of high pressure towards Greenland and out into the Atlantic, sort of keeping this low locked in with westerly winds. If we do have a look at the upper air temperatures, you see nothing too cool. In the south, we even do get some warmer air in at points. So there's potential early next week. We could see mid-20s, potentially sort of 5th, 6th of July in south-southeast corner, with some hot air dragged up by this low. But the low will sweep through it always look like at the moment that the low will sweep through by day 10, so the Friday, the 9th of July. We've got westerly winds with generally average temperatures, with some cloud and rain around quite widely. Perhaps the best areas of sunshine further southwards. And then as we head to 384 hours, another low is moving in. So it does look like nothing really prolonged spells of dry weather, and nothing real warm, but it's looking like towards this weekend we could be seeing some drier conditions, and we could also be seeing some warmer conditions as well, potentially on Sunday, Monday, before early to mid next week. So sort of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time, so 4th, 5th, 6th of July, we could be starting to see the Atlantic take control once again, with more cloud and rain. Now, if we do have a look at the GM, see how that does compare, you see that low does clear away, high pressure does start to build in over the weekend, with some warmer conditions through Friday, Saturday, probably into Sunday as well for many eastern areas, before low pressure starts to influence more on Monday. Does bring up some warmer air temporarily, you can see there, but again, not too many inroads, and maybe just affecting for 12 or 24 hours. For middle of next week, low really takes control, centering over Scotland, so probably that's where it'll be heavier showers, but still further southwards we could see some rain and widespread cloud as well. As we are towards the 7th, 8th, 9th of July into the next week on Friday, you can see westerly winds, nothing too warm, but between these areas of low pressure, we will see brief ridges of high pressure, which will mean not every day is going to be cloudy with showers. Some days we'll have some dry spells, especially further southwards, closer to the high pressure that's positioned, sort of the extension of the Azores high and high pressure in off Europe. So yeah, doesn't look too pleasant in the longer term, but nothing massive deluge at this stage. We just need to keep an eye on how these lows do develop. If we finally have a look at the ECMWF, see how that compares to the other models, you can see the high takes control before early next week. That low really comes in maybe at 12 to 24 hours earlier than the other models for sort of Sunday in western areas. And it's quite a vigorous area of low pressure, and there are some little daughter lows potentially affecting southern England, which could pep up the rain with some hot and humid air within it. So we could be seeing some heavier rain there. So to keep an eye on that towards early next week. Then after that, we do bring in some northerly winds. But the one positive with that is it does look like higher pressures trying to build in, with the blocking over Greenland not quite as strong with that low heading into Scandinavia. And although it doesn't have a particularly warm air mass for many parts of the UK, we do have higher pressure in control, so it will be clearer skies and probably less rain and less cloud. So if we do have a look at the GFS ensembles for London, so generally over the next sort of 14 days, temperatures are going to be around average. We've seen this in the ensembles quite regularly recently, where temperatures just really look around average. You can see towards sort of 4th, 5th, 6th of July, we do start to see rainfall pep up. The next sort of 3 or 4 days are going to be quite dry. Rainfall does start to pep up 5th, 6th of July potentially as that low comes in. But also you see a lot more uncertainty with the temperatures in that period. That's when the uncertainty do build in. Now, it's not going to deviate massively from average, but some could go 12 to 14 degrees at 850 HPA, which could give 25 degrees if we do see sunshine breaking between the showers, and if we do see drier spells in the southeast and the showers stay further west, we could see some warm conditions there. Others probably have a more progressive area low pressure, which are keeping some cooler conditions coming around 4 to 6 degrees at 850 HPA. Beyond that, still a lot of uncertainty. You can see there's one ensemble member goes off the charts to 20 degrees at 850 HPA, which probably is pulling up a real southerly wind. We might have a look at that in a minute, see exactly what that's showing. Others just really around average, and no real main signal coming out of this. There is still precipitation spikes, no massive spikes, so and no real frequent spikes as well, just quite a few. So low pressure is always going to be close by. At the moment, that's what it looks like. So we just have to keep an eye on it in the longer term. Doesn't look like, though, at this stage we've got any major dry or quite a hot period. Doesn't look like any of that's going to be happening in sort of the next 7 to 14 days. Again, it can change, but the general pattern does look like low pressure is always going to be close by. So the wait does go on for the first official 30 degrees of the year. Perhaps we won't reach it this year, but probably statistically we probably will. We've reached it most of recent, sort of in most of the years in the recent decade. So we'll just have to wait to see when that does come along. We did reach 29 degrees, and I've seen some local stations that are not, amateur stations that are not official recording areas, reach 30 degrees. But officially on Met Office records, we haven't reached 30 degrees this summer. So just have to keep an eye on how that does progress. We'll have a look at 2 meter temperatures first. You can see generally over the next 14 days, temperatures are going to be around 20 to 25 degree highs. Some days perhaps being a little bit cooler than that with more showers around. And again, we could see 25, 26, maybe 27 degrees with those warmer upper air temperatures coming in from the southeast. For many eastern areas, further northwards, probably more likely to maintain sort of around 20 degree highs, perhaps mid to high teens as well, with some cooler temperatures. And any hot weather will probably be in the east with those sort of brief areas of southerly winds. But you can see a lot of uncertainty exactly on the temperatures, and it really will depend on cloud amounts and shower amounts as well. So we just really have to keep an eye on it. So if we lastly have a look at that ensemble number 9, you can see it's with that low out in the Atlantic, bringing up those very hot southerly winds. Got a very hot plume of air, but it does get swept through quite quickly. So interesting to see that, and that sort of scenario could give us like a couple day heat wave spell. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for those. Nothing really, it's just one outlier on some member at this stage. So we'll just have to see if any of that does crop up. So we'll keep a sharp eye on that. So lastly, we'll have a look at the latest radars. We still do have a few showers around in the southeast. If we do first have a look out in Europe, you can see where the main low is positioned out, sort of northern France, southern Germany, Luxembourg, that sort of area. We can see some very significant storms going through Czech Republic at the moment. Very, very significant storms in there. So we could be seeing some images come out this evening or into tomorrow, some quite significant hail, perhaps potentially even some tornadoes in this very significant line of thunderstorms, more widespread showers around with potentially some thunderstorms and that. And then we do still have a few lingering showers out in the southeast, but they should slowly clear away. And there's potential for some low cloud and some showers coming in off the North Sea over the next sort of 12 hours into tomorrow morning. So we just have to keep an eye on that throughout tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.